I would like to go with a network called Calico network. There are so many here. One of the famous network is Calico network. I would like to use this network. To use this network, I have a command. I'll give it to you. A YAML file need to be deployed from this Calico. Here is a command. I have Andy. I'll give you this command. You must execute this command. You are setting up a network, pod network. Once the pod network is ready, you will be able to spin up containers. As of now, cluster is ready. Kubectl nodes. Sorry, get nodes. Only one node is there. Get pods. You don't have any pods. Why? There is a network, but there is no pods. Did we create any containers? The moment you create a container, means you run a container, you see a pod. As of now, what we did, we created a cluster of one EC2 instance. Inside the cluster, we created a pod network. Inside the pod network, we are going to run container. The moment you run a container, it runs in a pod. A container will run inside the pod. This cluster will have some components. This EC2 instance has components. What are the components? API server. Wherever you create a cluster, there you see API server. Wherever you create a cluster, there you see scheduler. Wherever you create a cluster, there you see etcd. Wherever you create a cluster, you see kubelet. Kubelet is an agent. Kubeproxy, network proxy. Kubectl command line. etcd database, scheduler, API server. I'll explain all this. Control manager has 4 subcategories. Node controller, only one node we have as of now. If you add one more node, the node controller will take care of it. Job controller, when you run container, a container will be running inside the pod. That's called job controller. And endpoint controller, each container, when you run as a pod, when you run as a container, it will run inside the pod. This will have endpoint. And service account and token controllers. To talk to each pod and containers, you need to have service accounts. So now I'm going to set up one more node, and this node I will join to the cluster. I'm not spinning up the containers, please understand. We only provision this cluster, we provision pod network, and we are adding one more EC2 instance as a node 2 to the cluster. One is called control plane, the other one is going to be node 1, node 2. This is going to be worker node, and this is going to be worker node, and this is going to be worker node. When you are going to add based on the need. For now, we are spinning up a cluster based on the 2 operating systems. One operating system will be acted as a controller plane, cluster management manager. The other one will be a worker node. So how to create this? We already executed 85% here, which nothing but until this step we executed, and we created an image. Here is the image. From this image, I will launch one EC2 instance. I will name it as K8s-node2 it is. Worker node it is. Selected the golden army, T2.micro. You should go with the T2.media, or else it will not work. Go with the key pair. Go with the network. And previous one is we launched as part of which network it is? 1A, 1B, 1A. 1B also you can launch, 1C also you can launch, but go with the 1A or 1B. Don't go with other things. Only 2 available distributes. Select existing security group, which I already created, K8s, where we allowed everything for now. And attach instance profile.